Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to April's next partner webinar with Beyond. We are here today to talk about a really important topic. My name is Lisa Friedlander. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer over here at Next, powered by Shulman Rogers. Next is an award-winning and innovative model for legal services for startup and emerging growth companies. And we do a lot of value-added offerings to contribute to the ecosystem to help our clients grow and scale. And these monthly partner webinars are just one of many resources that you can access on our website, which is next.law. So we are really excited to be here today to talk about how generative AI is transforming your business. And boy, it is, whether you realize it or not, it is. So we will have an interactive discussion, really informal, today to discover how generative AI is revolutionizing the way small and medium-sized businesses operate. It is a powerful tool that allows businesses to automate tasks, generate creative content, and gain valuable insights. But how can you use it in your day-to-day to help you grow and scale? We are really excited to have Laurie Wiggins, the CEO of Beyond, and her colleague Hector Del Castillo, who is the CPO of Beyond. Laurie works with C-level executives and founders to turbocharge their business growth to successfully scale or acquire a company. Revenue and profit growth, operational efficiency, and an excellent customer experience are key components of growth. And Laurie will help you succeed in these areas. As a serial entrepreneur, having developed several businesses, she uses her experience to inform her work with clients. And Hector, we're thrilled to have him here as well. He is a business growth strategist and change maker who works with mid-market executives who want to make an impact by building and launching world-changing products. We have this remarkable dynamic duo here to talk about this incredibly hot topic. Feel free to add questions to the chat as we go along. Laurie and Hector have an interactive experience for everybody today, so please be engaging. And with that, I will turn it over to Laurie and Hector. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lisa, and it's a pleasure to be here, everyone. And I want to thank also Next, powered by Shulman Rogers, for allowing us and hosting us for this topic for today. Topic for today is how generative AI is transforming your business. And before we get started, I just want to give a shout out and hi also to Laurie Wiggins, who's CEO of Beyond. Laurie, how are you today?
I'm doing well. This is going to be a great discussion. I've been looking forward to it and understanding the audience perspectives and what they've been doing with the AI. And I look forward to hearing about all that as well as sharing what we know.
Great. Yes, and today we'll cover what is generative AI and how it's revolutionizing the way your business operates. And we'll be discussing why generative AI is a powerful tool that allows you to accelerate business growth. We'll also discuss how AI can transform your business to deliver a superior customer experience and accelerate growth, as well as identify some top-rated AI tools that can enhance your business efficiency, productivity, decision-making, and outcomes as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I don't know how familiar you are with AI, but a little bit more about Beyond is we actually work with SaaS and hardware mid-market companies to achieve 10x growth. And if you have any questions regarding on how to apply some of these tools on actually achieving greater growth, that's what we help our clients do. What we'll cover today, as I mentioned earlier, is why generative AI really matters to you as business owners, and also how AI accelerates growth, and talk about some top-rated tools that across 4 different areas that is about everything about your business. How you market, how you the sales processes that you follow, content that you're creating for any of that, as well as documentation for your offering, and also increasing productivity within your business as well. We'll also some key takeaways, and in between, if you have any questions, be sure to type them into the chat. Laurie or myself will be monitoring that and allowing any questions as we go. But we're also going to have a Q&A because we really want that interaction. And as a matter of fact, as we get started, one of the things that I wanted to do is explain more about AI, but I also wanted to share via the chat a poll question specifically on what is your experience today with AI? And I'm going to be typing this on the chat, and if you can pick whatever answer it is, we'll be monitoring the chat for this. So the question is, have you implemented any AI resources or tools to help you boost productivity within your business operations? You can say either yes, extensively, we're actually actively using multiple tools and resources. Yes, to some extent, or no, not yet, or anything in between. Be sure to type in the chat your answer, and we can talk about this. One of the things that I find is most of the time it's really hard to really try to figure out which is the best tool for doing something, because there are so many of them, and that's what we're going to be discussing. I think it's kind of really a more of a revolution, and often the difference is most people start with the basics. What is AI itself? AI is in essence really a toolbox, and a larger toolbox is really artificial intelligence. And that includes elements that are machine learning, deep learning.
Excuse
Then
me, we
the
do have
newer,
the results of the poll. And so the results of the poll are that most people are using it to some extent. We have one that is using it extensively. But, it looks like most people have dipped their toe in the water, but they're not using it in most areas of their business yet. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
thank you so much for that. So as I was explaining, the AI is really a larger toolbox that is part of the discipline of the field of computer science. And very few insiders, because basically the first four elements that are here, the first four circles, have up until about maybe 5 years ago, all been work done by PhDs and very highly educated people that are in the field of computer science, developing artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithms, deep learning, generative artificial intelligence. And then about 5 years ago, a lot of movement in developing so-called large language models. And one of the innovations that brought forth was the implementation of generative pre-trained transformers. That combination allows now products like GPT and Gemini and Claude and even the Microsoft equivalent. Everybody has been getting into the game as far as the big organizations. But even that, there's been really a movement towards democratizing access to these newer AI applications, because it's a powerful combination of using specific transformers and then different engines that it will have a combination of AI algorithms, machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI that allows us to now create something very quickly by just interacting via a chat bot or some sort of chat that we're doing with one of these models. So in essence, it is a toolbox within a toolbox. And the more specific toolbox, think about as being as simple as when you're an artist, you may have something that has, a larger toolbox, but then for some specific things that you want to do, you have some specific tools that you only use for certain things. And that's what generative AI is all about, and allows really more of us to start really honing in on lots of applications that without necessarily having to do any coding at all. And that's the exciting part, is that you don't have to be a coder. You can now just describe what you're looking for, and it can generate from previous models that is actually learned from. It can really implement new things based on your directives and your implementation. So let's take a look as to why all of this has been happening, right? We talked about the fact that now you have a lot of tools. Well, what's been driving this? Well, back in 2020, and multiple market research firms published information. This is just one of many. Grandview Research published this back in 2020, and they did a forecast, and they started looking at the investment of all the larger companies, software companies, investing in generative AI. And so very quickly in 2022, it had already been a 3.2 billion market worldwide. But then it grew, and this is just the US component now that we're looking at for the next 10 years. It's supposed to be growing at a compounded annual growth rate of 36.3% all the way through 2030. And right now we are in 2024. And right now we're already at a few tens of billions of dollars in revenue of all the products that we're seeing, and over 10,000 tools that have been implemented. I'm going to be sharing some of this information as to where you can find, because we actually are going to provide you some documentation of this. But one of the things that I want to do is I also wanted to have a second poll. And the second poll, I'm going to be sharing this via the chat as we get into more explanation about where you can find some of these tools. And give me a minute, because I actually would like to see. There we go. Here we go. As we get into this discussion, and we're going to be breaking down into additional. So here's the poll question. What are the main challenges that you're facing if you're actually implementing, when considering or implementing AI solution for your business? Which one of these tends to be the main challenge? And it could be more than one or a combination of any of these. Is it lack of understanding about AI technologies? You don't have enough skill sets or staff resources within your organization to understand AI technologies? Or is it budget constraints? Is it integration complexities? Is it concerns about data privacy and security, your private data security, or your customers' private data and security going out there, being out there in the cloud, or other? And if it's other, please specify in the chat. So I was explaining earlier that part of this movement, and basically all of this, has attracted many different software players. And these software companies have been very quickly now implementing their own flavors of different types of generative AI tools and resources. And currently, the market size as of end of 2023 was already at just slightly over $4 billion just in US alone. And this is a global market already. So it's what we're showing you here, specifically the components that are just US components based on the forecast of from this particular, from Grandview Research. The other driving factor is that increasing demand for automation and really automating time-consuming tasks that don't necessarily add a lot of value to either your customers or your business, that take a long time. A lot of the manual work that just is really hard to do because it requires a lot of people. A lot of organizations are actually actively looking at ways to automate some of these repetitive tasks that can be automated. And a lot of that would be about figuring out how to quickly gather data and then quickly be able to visualize the data without having to code anything, and then be able from there to guide decisions as to what do you do with this information, and how do you continue to increase the quality and the integrity of your data as you continue to also ensure privacy and also security of your story.
So Hector, we have some poll results, and it turns out that in most cases, it's all of the above. It's lack of understanding and budget constraints and integration complexities and data privacy. And also that one comment was that it takes a lot of effort to get reliable results that improve my workflow. Also another, budget constraints. So people are using it, but it's experiencing some issues.
Great. Thank you so much. I was mentioning earlier, this impressive growth rate has really attracted a lot of different players. And why is this important? Why is this important for your small business? Is because the more players and the more crowded the market is of everyone who wants to have some sort of play in these generative AI tools and resources for businesses. It really means that now you have a very crowded market, a lot of different solutions, and it just depends on your style and the preference of the kind of applications that you're looking for. And today, even as we are only 4 years into the official launch of generative AI, we're already seeing over tens of thousands of tools, and just alone in 2023, over 10,000 AI tools and resources were introduced in US, and we're sharing some of this information as to where you can find, because we found a couple of great databases that if you are looking to figure out how to improve your business operations or improve the customer experience, you're able to now find an AI tool or resource for whatever specific use cases you're looking to find, some sort of tool that allows you to automate or very quickly brainstorm and generate new ideas as to how you can actually leapfrog the competition. And the bottom line is that the main advantage is that with all these tools, you really have now a large set of tools that you can choose and pick from that are affordable, because many of them offer extended free trials, and the initial pricing is really for the for individual plan or personal, or let's say the solopreneur type of business. And you can very quickly turn on maybe several of these tools very affordably, and then be able to figure out what is the best mix that you can now turn on a much larger plan to start adding more users over time as you are really learning how to effectively use these tools before you start getting much more greater adoption within your organization. And so this affordability factor, I think, is the advantage of having so many players that jumped on board to come up with their own flavor of some sort of generative AI solution for business. We're going to proceed also then to talk about 4 different areas. And actually, we are going to be talking specifically about some top-rated tools. And we found this information drawing from websites like g2.com and also Capterra. We're going to share this information where you can actually look up these yourselves. But we looked at tools that have been rated by users for specific applications. And we're going to talk about 4 main areas that kind of cover, they're sort of broad, but it could basically be applied into any kind of business, no matter what type of business you have. And we're talking about 4 areas. One is marketing tools, sales tools, content tools, and then productivity tools for businesses. And the next section, we're going to have then Lori talk about the first 2 areas.
Thank you, Hector. So this is the first of the 4 areas. And within marketing, there's a number of subject areas. For example, there's targeting and there's personalization, there's sentiment analysis, there's marketing design and chatbots and customer segmentation, A/B testing, video production, and email marketing. So when you say marketing tool, you do need to get more specific. We're featuring 3 tools here. The first one is Keep, and we happen to use Keep. And this is an excellent multi-channel marketing automation tool. It provides automated email marketing, lead generation. There's some pretty sophisticated automation with it, as well as CRM capabilities. So the AI in this tool helps with lead scoring, predictive sending, like when's the best time to send your emails so that more people open them, and personalization recommendations. And Keep is at keep.com. The next one that we want to talk about is OmniSend. And this is also a marketing automation platform, but for e-commerce. So it combines automated email and text. And when you do use those two together, you increase your conversion rate by almost 50%. It also provides automated push notifications. It has powerful segmentation and e-commerce integration with other tools. And it's designed to drive sales and customer engagement. The next one, the last one, is Hippo Video. So it's sort of an all-in-one video creation tool. You can create, you can edit, you can share, and you can track personalized videos for your marketing, sales, and customer engagement. The AI piece of it is that it allows you to convert text to video. And it does this in addition to including transcriptions and video analytics. So, question for the audience. Have you used any AI marketing tools that have AI? And if so, what are they? And what has your experience been with them? Please provide your answers in the chat.
And I actually also typed in that into the chat, Lori, so
great.
people can and we're seeing some responses. So some of them are using Jasper, and I believe that's one of the marketing automation tools that we are going to be talking about. And I think it also depends on the use cases for that. But some of these have some of these tools that we're talking about can maybe spanning a couple of different areas. So Jasper is one of the tools that was shared, and others are saying they're not yet haven't used any AI tools for marketing. So I think that's what the responses that we're seeing right now as far as the tools being used for specifically for marketing purposes.
Sounds good. All right, so let's go on to the next area, please. Great. So let's talk about content tools. Like marketing, content's got a lot of subject areas underneath it, including content creation, content curation and optimization, distribution, content analytics, translation, speech recognition, sentiment analysis, content moderation, and personalization. So the top tools that we're talking about here, the first one is Gemini. Doesn't need much explanation there. Gemini recently surpassed ChatGPT as the top regenerative AI tool, as it outscores ChatGPT in some important AI KPIs. Canva has been around for quite a while, for a number of years. And Canva allows you to create visual graphics for logos, slides, infographics, and cheat sheets. The AI has been added to Canva in the form of Canva Magic Studio. And it allows you to automate your design workflow and to generate images, to brainstorm ideas, and even refine your writing. So the idea is to create stunning visuals and do it more quickly. And this is canva.com/magic. The last tool is Gamma. This tool creates great presentations, documents, and websites. So the idea is that having these templates, you can customize them. And you also can drag and drop features. And it also features one-click styling. So again, the tools that we are showing you are the top-rated tools by users on G2 and other websites. So, have you been using any content tools? If so, what are you using and what has your experience been?
And I actually typed in that also in the chat, and wanted to find out, what are you using as far as content creation? Is it for social media marketing posts? Is it for blogs? Is it for anything of those that will be content, either marketing, sales, and or maybe even documentation for product, like user guides and product documentation that normally you're delivering to customers? Any of this is considered content, and is what we're looking at, responses for any AI tools and resources you're using. And one of the responses is that not yet using anything at all for content optimization at this point that is AI powered. That's one of the things that we're seeing here.
Mhm.
And trying to see
So
if
as we're going along, you can see that folks are definitely in different places along the continuum of using AI extensively. Most people are in the trying it out for a couple things stage, and some people they have yet to use it beyond, say, ChatGPT.
yes, that is correct.
Well, so I'm going to turn it back over to Hector, and he's going to talk about the next two areas.
Great. Thank you so much. So the next area is sales. And the first application that we're looking at is called Active Campaign. An Active Campaign is a marketing automation tool, but it also contains a way to visualize your sales funnel, like a Kanban board, similar to Trello, if you're familiar with Trello. So the Kanban board, basically you can create multiple stages. Those stages end up being columns from left to right. And then the entries within each column can be contacts, can be prospects, leads, customers, and then tracking them through your sales funnel from the time that you will initially make contact with them, introduce yourself, to maybe have some follow-up conversations, to now they're starting to compare and get back with information. They're requesting demos. All those things can be part of your column that says there's engagement from some of those prospects, and all the way through to now formally requesting a quote, and then all the way to conversion. You can actually create that and visualize in a single dashboard the movement in real time, as the leads will tend to go from left to right. As they get hot, they move to the right. As they get cold, they move to the left. All this is based on AI information that, as things are being tracked on multiple channels, the reactions of people and contacts to emails that you're sending that are automated, as well as engagement to social media channel posts across the social media channels that you're using, as well as responses if you're doing SMS texting messages, as well as phone calling and the responses or their ability to actually respond when you're calling them. All those things can be tracked via this dashboard, and Active Campaign does a great job of being able to provide a single dashboard and keeping track of all these omni-channel metrics to figure out where prospects are along your sales funnel. And it's a great tool if you're looking at making sure that you're only contacting the right people at the right time, so you're not really pestering them when you're trying to figure out where they are in your sales process. And the next tool is Sales Intel. And Sales Intel is a sales intelligence platform. It basically provides not just a database of prospects, because sometimes we can go to other services and just buy lots of contacts that we believe are really our target market. Sales Intel offers a much more specific way of targeting, and targeting based on their buy intent. So they're selling and grooming intent data along with contact information for prospects. And you can now, it allows vendors to really say, I want to sell to this type of businesses. And you can see the number of businesses that are located near you, because you can do location-based type of searches, find out and discover companies and the people within those companies, and also look at the entire organization and see what they have bought for the last year, 2 years, and what they're about to buy again. And it's based on whatever they've been purchasing. They keep track of that information, and you're when you sign up for the service, you're able to see this information and start looking as to when is the right time to contact them and provide the right information that they need based on where they are in the marketing and sales process. So it really allows you to do much more hyper targeted type of segmentation, and it's based on intent data. And it's a great tool when you're looking to really discover new customers and trying to really offer them the right product at the right time based on their intent as to what they've been searching for in the last few days. So that's Sales Intel, and we'll share also the URLs to these as well. Fresh Sales is the other one, and Fresh Sales is also another marketing automation tool, but it actually focuses a lot on its power is really on the AI implementation of keeping track of metrics in your sales funnel. Very similar to ActiveCampaign, it also provides you a way to visualize a Kanban board of your sales funnel, and it allows you to start also then automating responses and engagement on social media channels when you're using an omni-channel approach in the way that you are tracking your prospects as they are coming in and out, and they're actually looking and comparing and requesting demos, and maybe even have more questions before they get to request a quote or proposal. And Fresh Sales allows you to track all of this as well. And its AI functionality gives you a virtual assistant that allows you to really say, we need to start contacting this person, and start giving you notifications so that somebody in sales can contact those prospects at the right time. It's also a great tool, and it's fairly new. Both ActiveCampaign and Fresh Sales are fairly new. I believe ActiveCampaign has been around, originally founded in 2006, so it's a fairly new company. Fresh Sales is even newer, and it's incredible how much capability they built very quickly into this tool because of the AI functionality that is already embedded in it as well. And so the question is this: in which areas in sales are you actually actively using any AI powered tools? Is it lead generation, or is it anything else different than any of these tools that I just spoke about? Because what we're finding out is that sometimes people will start filling needs, very specific needs in your sales process. And it's really about figuring out how to increase the efficiency of your sales process so that you can really start generating more sales much quicker at the right time with the right customers. So I'm going to be typing this information on the chat, but if you can share which of these areas are you using AI tools today?
Okay, so one input is that they haven't used AI for sales yet, so they've prioritized other parts of the business. So also, someone wants to learn more about Sales Intel for lead generation. Be happy to talk to you offline about that. We have extensive experience with Sales Intel, and we know the CEO of the company. Okay, why don't we go on to the next topic, Hector?
Great, thank you. The next one is productivity, and productivity tools are, can have a range also. Sometimes it's about productivity within your business operations. So all of these are multi-functional departments that work together, increasing productivity, the way that they work and hand off between departments, for example. As well as it could be something that allows you to start tracking productivity of your marketing activities, or also of your sales activities as well. Productivity can go across the different aspects of your business. It can even be tracking how productive and how accurate and how the quality of your suppliers, when you're tracking everything that your suppliers are delivering to you before you can deliver to your end customers. So some of these tools we're going to talk about is Jasper. And Jasper, somebody mentioned Jasper is using it more for marketing purposes. Actually, Jasper is,
Lisa is.
sorry?
Lisa is.
I am. We're using Jasper, but for
Yeah.
marketing, not for personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And so, and I want to say, how are you using Jasper? Because Jasper is a copyright, it's actually provides great copyright content, and it could be blog articles, but it could also be if you're publishing books or if you're publishing newsletters or magazines. It's great. It's a great tool to come up with great content, and it actually has an automatic plagiarism checker that is AI enabled. So it actually, if it has access to the internet, it goes out after you publish something you want to compare, saying, is there anything like this, or do I have anything where I'm infringing on somebody else's copyrights, right? Jasper has that ability to check that after you have done and worked on something and you already have, you know, an early version, it can go out and start telling you if you're actually are taking material that is invading somebody or infringing somebody's copyright. So Jasper is used for different type of content, not just marketing and sales material, but actually also it's used for publications as well. And some of the businesses that are publishers or they're actually publishing, let's say, technical papers or specific type of papers that are delivered for a specific set of stakeholders, Jasper is used for actually making sure that the publication is safe and that it's not infringing on anybody's rights. And Lisa, is that how you're using it, or is it are you using it for different purposes?
We've used it for social media posts, for blog posts, for email campaigns, and then for website content.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And so the other one is Fireflies, and Fireflies is also an intelligent tool, and it actually it's a great productivity tool because it's an automatic note taker, and it works with any third-party video conferencing application. And actually, it's a combination of, it's got a whole portfolio of the way that you can use it. You can, once you become a subscriber, you can actually install a Chrome extension. So it becomes an extension to your Chrome browser. And anything that you attend via a browser, you can actually automatically get transcripts, notes, and summaries and action items from anything that you're doing via your browser. And also, it comes with a web app and also has a mobile application. Mobile application, everybody has a smartphone. You can actually use your phone now with the Fireflies app as a personal recorder for meetings, in-person meetings, and it automatically gives you in real time transcripts, summary, action items, all by just turning on Fireflies app from your phone during an in-person meeting. And it's a great tool. We actually use it quite a bit for all of our, not only customer meetings, but also meetings that we have with our partners and suppliers. Often it's a great way to track action items, even when you're working with outside third-party organizations. And it's a great way for you to track action items and make sure you can easily follow up without having to, you know, take the time to write everything up and then send emails back and forth. This just gives you something that you can automatically share, and you can share the text, the text itself, or the audio, an MP3 file, or the video of whatever it is that you're capturing, because it does all of that and uses AI to do speech to text conversion, and it's really, really accurate. It's one of the newer products, and we're using it all the time for all of our meetings. Now, Customer is a streamlined customer service platform that allows you to track the customer experience. So if you already have customers and you're trying to figure out how to deliver a unique and superior customer experience to retain your customer base, or maybe even trying to upsell them at some point in the future, it's also a great way to track any kind of customer inquiries and make sure that you have like at least an automated chatbot that can deal with most cases that can be done without having to have a human in mind, and provide that support 24/7 without actually having to have someone looking at those at inquiries that are coming either through your website or through social media channels. So it's a great way to engage and keep users engaged, but it's also a great way to engage prospects and people who are about to buy. And it's used in most organizations to actually help in delivering a superior experience and make sure that you are providing that no matter what time of day customers are coming in, either to your website or engaging with your social media channels when you are actively using those and tracking engagement. And it offers a intelligent automation for efficient, personalized service at scale. So basically, it gets back with information about, hi, so and so, thank you for your inquiry. I see that you called last week about this. Is this a follow-up to that kind of thing? Those are the kinds of responses that this can generate automatically, because it has a very extensive AI capability that takes a look at the history of that particular person, the last time that they interacted, and what was the outcome, and then if there's any follow-up. They can also notify customer support to actually proactively get back to customers before, even as you have different types of SLAs with prospects and customers. So it really gives you a different level of expectation, allows you to kind of leapfrog the competition. If your competitors don't have this kind of tool, this is a great way to create a differentiator in capturing more business. So my question, very similar, is that in which of these areas are you using AI tools that are productivity tools? Is it in the planning of customer interactions? Is it in email management? Where are you using AI productivity tools today? Are you using these or maybe some other tools? If you can type in this via the chat, would be great, because we'd like to at least know if any of you are using any tools different than the ones that we're mentioning.
One response is that not yet, not using productivity tools. So again, along that continuum of folks that are using AI in various areas and in various amounts. Yeah, so just one response is Jasper and ChatGPT paid version at this point.
Yep, and those two are very powerful combination for content for sure. And I would say, and Lori, maybe we can talk about, we're using Fireflies, ChatGPT, Gemini, and these tools as well. And
Claude. We've also been using some tools for graphic generation, and also email and blog development. Also some there's tools that really help you with your research, like even knowing where to go for certain kinds of information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much, Hector.
Yes.
So we've thrown a lot of information at you in a lot of areas, but how do you actually make use of it so that you can identify and use AI tools to help your business? Well, as you've seen, you need to be specific about the capability that you want to use AI for. The website that Hector previously referred to, there's an AI for that.com, tracks over 13,000 tools, and they track them by month. And if you go there, you'll see that we're in the 10th day of April, and they have already tracked 68 tools that have come out in April. So it's very important, in order to cut through the chaff to get to the wheat, you need to be specific about what you're looking for. And once you've done that, you find tool candidates. And the website I just mentioned, also g2.com and capterra.com. If all else fails, use Google searches, but that's a blunt instrument and I don't recommend it. Choose less than 10 candidates. More than that, it becomes quite challenging to keep up with. As you dig into each of these candidates a little bit more, you'll find that a handful stand out pretty quickly. They make themselves evident rather quickly. And go and free trial them. There's nothing like taking a test drive to understand whether a tool is really going to work for you or not. And as you do that, the winner, again, usually makes itself evident. So once you've chosen your tool, pay your money and work easier. Next, please. So here's the key takeaways. So you can enhance your marketing and sales by personalizing and streamlining content creation. We've talked about that. Improve customer service. You provide yourself greater operational efficiency by automating repetitive tasks and freeing up your staff. Achieve better data-driven insights by better data analysis and better trend prediction. And increase accessibility and innovation by driving innovation with AI and enhancing products.
Yes, and Lori, one of the questions as we're getting into Q&A, one of the questions I was sharing in the chat is about the future tools. And I want to point out that future tools and also there's an AI for that are both databases that are basically web portals, and you can search and they keep track of the different types of AI tools and resources, and both have already tens of thousands of AI tools and resources available from players from all around the world. And they have lots of information about not only about specific tools, but also specific applications that have to do with specific types of activities that are about marketing or sales or content or productivity. And you can actually just look up, and the more specific, you can find maybe 3 or 4 different types of tools that you didn't know about, and it gives you information and also information as to where you can actually turn them on just as for a demo, maybe try them out for free on some trial period, and then figure out from there which ones are the ones that you're really going to turn on some sort of paid plan to continue to do more exploration about and investigation as to how it actually could help your business.
Great. Thank you, Hector. Now, we've been taking questions throughout, but here's a last chance to ask any questions that you have in your mind. So please put them in the chat. There's been an explosion of AI tools, especially in 2023. Over 10,000 were released, and we expect that number to increase even more in this year and in the coming years. We can definitely share the list of tools via email. We can include them when we send out the recording. Not a problem.
Yeah, and actually, this brings us to a next thing is we actually have published this cheat sheet, and you can actually go.
Yeah, why don't we go on to that?
Yes. This is just a list, and it's just a list, but you can actually use this list and look up specific tools by name on any of the 2 databases that we pointed out earlier, either future tools or there's an AI for that, to find out more information about this. So this kind of gives you a general description as to what are the main capabilities of these applications. And they're all AI type of AI powered applications. And from there, you can type in that name on either future tools database or there's an AI for that, and find out more about specific use cases and see if they fit your what you're looking for. So to get actually a high resolution of this, you can actually scan the QR code here or follow the short URL. And either way, you can actually download and grab a free copy of this cheat sheet that we put together for you. And it offers 120 plus AI tools for business productivity and the four main categories that we spoke about. Some of the tools that we mentioned earlier are here, others are not. And that is because when we looked at this, there's so many sources, and when we started looking at researching what the best places, we started and found this information first. And then later on, we found the two databases that we just provided you. And those are, the best that we can find. And the other thing is that when you cross-reference against things like g2.com, G2.com is basically gives you specific categories of AI software applications that are rated by users. And so it gives you automatically the rating on a scale from 1 to 5 stars, 5 being the highest ranking by users. And the tools that we selected all have 4.5 stars or higher by their users. And that's why we included them in our discussion today. So
Thank you, Hector.
it's a great way for you to find out, this information and maybe dig in a little bit more, depending on where you want to start testing some of these tools and the applications within your business.
Yeah, I just want to follow on here, and that is that as you are seeing, the whole business of AI tools and how to choose them is a very broad, highly complex business. And that was the whole idea behind this presentation, was to really boil this down and simplify it so that it's an instant takeaway, so that you can actually go do this today if that's what you need to do, and start growing your business better. And speaking of growing your business, next please. We offer a Discover assessment. This is a 15-minute assessment so that you can understand where in your business you can improve it for the most growth that you can get. And it has 18 questions. You receive a report afterwards, and it may show you some things about your business that you were not aware of. And it's accessible via the QR code here or via bit.ly/beyond-discover. Next, please. Do you want to discuss your AI growth strategy? Feel free to contact us. A discovery call can be set up with us at bit.ly/beyond-APPT24. Also happy to talk to you just about growth in your business overall. That's what we do. We help people grow organically, scale, or grow through acquisition. This concludes our presentation today. Great questions and comments from the audience. Glad you could join us. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, thank you so much. And thanks once again to Lisa and Next Powered by Schumann Rogers for hosting us.
Absolutely.
Great, happy to be here.
Well, a huge shout out to both of you, Hector and Laurie and Beyond, and everybody for joining us today. This is, again, such a hot topic and something that we all have to dive into. And sometimes it can just be awfully intimidating. So thank you for really putting some framework around it, giving us some good ideas. As mentioned, both the recording and the deck that was used today will be circulated, including Hector and Laurie's emails, which you can find here as well. But in case you didn't grab it, look out for an email from myself. And we look forward to seeing everybody at our next partner webinar in May, as well as our Pitchmasters workshops, our Founders Q&A sessions. Stay tuned, follow us on LinkedIn, sign up for Next Alert to always be in the know of what's going on. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. And thank you again to Hector and Laurie. Take care.
Thank you so much for having us.